Now we have our final installment of the week with the hilarious and iconic Sylvia Morrison, the DC native. Just talked about her experience getting on SNL, but then she went on to get connected with one of the biggest stars of the 70s, Fred G. Sanford himself, Redd Foxx. Take a listen.
Now, Redd Foxx was my first manager.
Wow.
Redd Foxx was my very first manager. He saw news clippings, because, we didn't have the internet then. This is like the early 70s. And he saw all these news clippings and writings and just all kinds of stuff. And he said, "She does impressions? I'd like to see it." Now, mind you, at that time, there was no Whoopi Goldberg yet. There was no, well, I didn't know. All of the women that I imitated were people from television, like Jane Hathaway from the Beverly Hillbillies. Are you familiar with that show?
Yeah.
Okay. She was the secretary to Mr. Dreiser. "Mr. Glover, Ellie Nice, please." So those, I did her, and I did Lily Tomlin I used to be an airline stewardess. I had all these ladies on as a stewardess. It was amazing. So
You're not just going to blow by Redd Foxx was my first manager. Did he do a better job managing you or managing the salvage yard on Sanford and Son? Or managing Lamont as a parent?
You know what? Mr. Fox was the most businessman I ever met. There was no joking around. He was so serious, but funny. So he didn't personally manage me. He had a management company.
Okay.
So I signed with his company, and he had different people to do different things with you. Now, I'm like 19 years old. I don't even know how big of a deal this is that I have Redd Foxx had signing me to a 15-year contract. And I think I'm going to find that contract in the next couple of weeks, because we know who has them. So I'm like, yeah, can't wait to see it.
Okay, I love that. Oh, so sad to reach the end of that conversation with Sylvia. It makes me want to pour out a little bit of Ripple. By the way, those kids, go ask your parents what Ripple is and then ask for some. We have fantastic news. Sylvia is actually back in D.C. doing comedy and working with an incredible group of political impersonators called the Constituents. They have a show coming up at the D.C. Improv on March 13th. If you want to check them out, make sure you do that. I will make every effort to be there myself, and make sure you check them out on social media as well.